We are coming to you
not,
live
it's
from
not.
Duval.
There we go. Now we're ready.
You said we were ready 10 minutes ago.
No, it
We're
isn't.
live in Duval.
We're right outside Everbank Stadium. We got Jags fans, we got Colts fans, we got Titans fans, we got Texans fans. There we go, tighten up.
Tighten down. 1 yard.
I've been catching strays all weekend.
Oh, yeah. This is very, I don't know how we're going to start this.
No, but so we're gonna, obviously me and Jeff are going to be trying to watch our game on the phone while they're doing whatever they're doing on the field.
Well, there's cripple fights going on.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be doing our thing.
So, is there any, let's be honest, we know the Titans are on a rebuilding phase. Is there anything that scares you about the Titans?
Honestly, probably just right now, I would say Cam Ward. I mean, he's been really good. Tony Pollard has moments, and our run defense, has let up some plays. So I think that's really the two areas that I'm most concerned. But otherwise, I mean, we got three of the top players on our offense. There's really nothing on the defense that scares me a lot. I already predicted I think the Colts are going to roll.
That's fair. Titans have to figure out a way to drop some pressure because our edges are just, and Jadar Wilson said that this week. But it's not a great week to be like, hey, let's drop pressure against one of the best sidelines in the league. But if you're going to have any chance, you're going to have to affect Daniel Jones and make him uncomfortable. Maybe they're going to make some of those classic Daniel Jones mistakes. Really what you think. Yeah. I'm going to predict the Titans win just because, you got to support your boys. But I do is one possession game, 24-20, 27-20, something like that.
The Colts didn't get a lot of pressure against Denver. And we didn't have Latu. Our secondary was really beat up. We got everybody back. I predicted it on the stadium. I think they're going to get the pressure they need. I think they're going to bring in. They didn't bring early to Bo next. I think they're going to do it to where they have to a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You're worried about Cam Ward. You got pressure. He's going to make plays around you.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm going to go 31-13. I don't have a lot of time. That's where I'm going.
All right. Justin.
Come on, man.
All right, so a winner's here now. We got a winner here now.
Wow.
What are we talking about?
We gave our predictions. I asked him this. Is there anything on the Titans that actually, I'm not going to say scared of, but like what you're worried about most?
I'm worried about Cam Ward realizing he has Gunnar Helm on the team and using Gunnar Williams as a nasty weapon. Because we see Cam Ward running for his life. As soon as he leaves that pocket, that inner pocket, like we talked about on the show, that middle of the offensive line is really the only security he has. But the problem is when it breaks down, now Cam Ward just trying to figure out what he's doing. Improvising is tight ends. Chig, Gunnar Helm, like at some point in the season,
Just fuck around.
you gotta figure that out.
Yeah. Take with the
Yeah, I mean, so AO came on last, which is good because coming out of the combine, he looked phenomenal. I was very excited when I saw from him. I was not excited. So that means the Colts got to see him twice a year.
Yeah.
I think he could be good because we all know, like, Ridley's getting older, right? So he's not the future.
For sure.
So if you could build around Cam, Gunnar, AO Manor.
Get drafted in the same class and grow together.
Yeah, well, we saw what they did with Andy Dalton. And that worked out amazing. Yeah, two rookies coming in, building that rapport. Like, hopefully, I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but you have to have hope for that same situation with.
Here in just a second.
Hopefully,
You're just talking about Titans.
I like to say that it looks a lot better than it looks right now. The young players look good. So,
well, you got to go through hard times, and nobody knows that better than the Colts. Right?
Dusty Rhodes.
After Peyton Manning, we understand what hard times are. Andrew Luck just was on his back the whole time. So once they can figure that out in Tennessee, I think Cam Ward will do it.
That's hard times, baby.
we're going to get some Jags and Texans in here.
No, we're going to get Cullen in here.
Let's go tighten up, man.
You can unzip it, but there's a couple chances.
So repping the greatest Titan of all time.
He's going to be the key, no matter what team he's on. Even if he gets a championship, he's still going to be a Titan.
He should retire. When he signs that one-day contract, it should be.
I sure hope so.
never know what he's gonna do, but as a Titans fan, that would be very special.
I do gotta ask. As a Titans fan, you're repping the Henry jersey. How hard is that hit you when it has such a great season? It's still killing you.
Honestly, I knew he'd have a great season. There was no question in my mind who he was as a running back and what he brings to any team he's on. But that being said, it hurt before because I already had him coming. So I was like, damn, that's really the only in Titans, his Titans I've been alive has actually brought the city.
We get to the stadium, that's a different
cheer
thing.
for one person. We would show up just for him.
Even if the team was tough. And see, Mike Vrabel knew what he had. He knew, okay, look, I need to fit my offense around Derrick Henry, right? But now you don't have Derrick Henry. You don't have Mike Vrabel, which I thought was a huge. Like, I was surprised at that fire. And I'm sure everybody out there was. Like wow. But now, look, you got Tony Pollard and you've got a young Tajay Spears. Of course, he's coming back from IR. Like, do you think if they can get that 1-2 punch going on? Because obviously the two of them together can't be anywhere close to where Henry was. But do you think that they can spell Cam Ward and have a good enough running game, even a short passing game with the two guys, to be able to take some pressure off Cam Ward and open up some passing lanes? And even Gunnar.
Honestly, I think Tony Pollard is the top 15 back in the league. He can get 4 that way. He can get them Sunday. Now, Tajay Spears can smell him, but Tajay Spears is going to stay healthy. And when we drafted the man, it was a questionable decision. Okay, is he going to be able to come back the same? And then he came back, and he got hurt again. And that's just kind of what we've been known for here recently, is the fact that we just like to draft people that are already hurt.
So at what point you talk about Tajay Spears being very injury prone? Like, at what point do you give him that?
I did that to him before he injured.
Oh,
because at the end of the day, when you come into the NFL and you have to work as hard as you can to become the best player you can with an already injured body, I have a hard time personally seeing that ever being a good thing. Now, if you don't sit out for a whole year like Jeff did, which, that's different. But he probably didn't sit out for a whole year. He came back and he ended up playing this year. He didn't get hurt that year. He just came back. Like,
It's about that distillery grown shit.
Somebody on Titans is going to get hurt. I don't know if it's training staff or what.
well, so with an aging Tony Pollard, because let's face it, like, he's not like a young.
Closer to your mouth.
So we know Tony Pollard. Tajay Spears, if he's going to have injury problems, is there any running backs that you think coming out of college they should go after? Because I think it's fair to say, and I hope you agree with me, is that the Titans don't have their future running back on their roster.
Yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. College-wise, I'm not sure yet. Honestly, I like to wait until really most of the season's here. My love looks really good, and on my Madden franchise, that's definitely who I got. Shout out Jeremiah Love. He's a Madden, future Madden.
Hey, he's somebody we talked about on Kingmaker Sports as far as dynasty. So Jeremiah Love could be somebody.
I agree. I just want to see. I'm one that's more of a wait to see what happens when it comes to college kids. Because it's like, if I get the American spirit, you never know. You get hurt your senior year, and I'm like, come back to senior year and talk about top of this year. You're risking playing another season in college. Another season rather than and at this point, it's like, I just want to make sure he gets through the season and he's going to be the healthiest at the time of the draft that can give us a good available option every week.
I know we're playing each other this weekend. I hope we kick your butt. But that sucks because you're probably going to get a high draft pick. You can probably land one of these top guys, right? You're good at quarterback, so you don't have to worry about drafting a quarterback.
Alabama is okay. I mean, I think we'll be all right. Cam Ward is one that they're looking at. So, not necessarily real hard downs this year, but he's made some terrible runs and made some. It takes absolute flavor of the soda. It's like a great. It's hard to believe. Yeah.
Walk over here.
Because the kid can throw. 100% he can throw.
He can throw the ball. I just want to see him calm down a little bit more. Our offensive line line's clearly giving him no help. But I do want to see him just take that extra 0.2 of a second and be able to deliver the ball in a catch manner. That being said,
Does he have that
Calvin Ridley's got to catch the ball
Andrew.
when he's given the opportunity. Andrew,
Do you think that the A's are catching Calvin Ridley?
honestly, I don't think it's
Is there a way of
the
turning up
I
the
think
volume?
that he is catching a ball from a quarterback that throws it 20, 25 miles an hour faster than Will Levis on average did. And that being said, that's a hard change for a receiver to make. Matt Ryan didn't throw the ball super hard either. So that's been most of their career, or his career.
Matt Ryan was hyper accurate.
You know,
And he had Roddy White, Julio Jones at his disposal. And for a short time there, he had
yeah, so, you know,
having weapons definitely is going to help Cam Ward. And that's why I think in the draft, or even in free agency, because there should be some free agents here coming up.
yeah.
And we can get that another show. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, you're good. I don't have any trust in the Titans organization to actually make meaningful free agent hires. We've not shown.
We know how the draft
we don't know how to get people that are going to stay healthy, and that's been our biggest problem. Is we take chances consistently on different players that want to get hurt. They're going to get hurt. And then at the end of the day, you can't make a team, you can't make a playoff, you can't win games if half your team is hurt.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing is you can't predict that somebody's going to stay healthy the whole season. You can't predict that they're going to stay healthy all the time. Like Tajay Spears, they took him very confidently. And then here he is. You're talking about him being just hurt all the time. So, I don't know. Hopefully that can work itself out, and then you can't have that kind of 1-2 punch at running back. Now, neither one of these guys are like power backs like they have with Derrick Henry. But do you think that the coaching staff that you have right now knows how to use the weapons that they have to the most out of not just Cam Ward, but the entire offense?
I understand what you're saying.
That is a loaded question. I will start with I don't have complete faith in the coaching staff, but that being said, they had Will Levis last year, who was late on everything, would never deliver the ball when he needed. And then now you have Cam Ward, who isn't late, but he's throwing the ball so much harder than and a completely different team getting around them that I genuinely believe that it's going to take a couple of weeks. And against the Broncos defense, you know,
Do you think Cam's gonna have to play down a little bit if he knows like his pass catchers, and I say that loosely, but are struggling? Do you think he might have to like play down and say, okay, I can't play to my level because they're not playing to my level?
no, if you do that, you lose every game in the NFL. But what you got to do is you have to make certain exceptions. Now, you don't need to throw the ball 105 miles an hour at somebody's face to make a play. Sometimes the best play is to throw the ball that's a 3-yard out route that's wide open, and instead of just pissing it in the Calvary as fast as you can. That to me is it's been a struggle to find a quarterback on the offense that Brian Callahan wants. I've not lost complete faith in Brian Callahan that he can get it done as a play caller, like a lot of Titans fans have. I genuinely just think that it's going to take time. But you have some appropriate changes.
Yeah, I mean, we see how fast they went away from Will Levis. Like, I think the biggest thing with Will Levis that you guys saw is that he came in with such a high confidence in himself. He fell in the draft, which he was clearly upset. He thought he was the best quarterback coming out. I mean, so much that he's like, oh, I got a cannon right here. Like, okay, calm down. This is the NFL. All quarterbacks can throw. Like, every player in the NFL is good. That's why this is the highest level of professional football in the world. So, if you're Cam, do you feel like he needs to step up, even as a rookie, step up and be a leader in that locker room and say, hey, like, we got to do this better? Like, what do you think Cam's got to do to elevate the rest of his team?
Cam is a leader. Every word around Cam, every word around the locker room. If Cam Ward's the man, this guy is going to lead this team to whatever it is. All the best in the future as well. There is no mistake in my mind. He is good enough leader to get it done. it is knowing how to play with these people. And that's where I do question Brian Callahan's ability to coach the team. Is clearly he has had an issue getting his players to gel together. And that is my biggest pause as a fan.
Because that's what being a coach is like, main job is to get a team to play the team.
Exactly. That's why it's like, okay, if it doesn't succeed shortly, then it is 100% Brian Callahan. And I blamed him a lot last year on that. And you are starting to see a little bit of maybe it was also Brian Callahan not being able to call plays at the right time. And clearly he has had those mistakes in the first 2 years. Doesn't take chances at the right time. There's just an inability to understand the rules. He's had different flaws. But I want to give people some chances. I do believe that if things go our way, he would be a success.
Do you think, as we stand here today, with the state of the Titans, do you think Brian Callahan is the hot seat?
He is. That is I don't think
quarterback.
A whole lot of
any less than we have less than 2 wins after the Patriots game. He's fine.
I mean that's fair. I mean, you spoke about it. This is what have you done for me lately? Quarterbacks aren't going to stay on the roster for 3-4 years or whole contract anymore. I mean, we saw it with guys like Trey Lance. Like we saw with Kenny Pickett. Like these guys that were decent coming out of college, and they're like, oh, we're over it. That experience is done. I mean, Josh Rosen was a huge prospect coming out, and the Cardinals got rid of him after the first year. So, I mean, I don't think this is just my belief. Okay, now I'm not a Titans fan, so I'm not tied into the team like you are. But if Cam Ward can't show that he can create winners in 2 years, do you think they go in another direction? Or do you think they understand it's not Cam Ward, it's everything else?
I'll say it's only been 2 weeks since the season.
Oh yeah. If you ever had a problem, get it out. Don't take it.
Because that does make a difference. When you're first overall, that makes a big difference.
Fan base in general is going to want to believe him more because it wasn't so I understand that. But it's hard not to see that he is a better quarterback than what we have for years. That is the one thing
It's not about the
that
money.
can make a bad team good.
Sometimes.
The future brings. Cam Ward cannot understand how to throw to his receivers. He's never going to have a successful career. He's got to have the ability to understand the game. This guy's not going to make this play. I need to throw it over here for somebody to make a play. Because not every it's this is the NFL. Every single play, there's going to be somebody that might be slightly open, but you would have to make a play as a quarterback and the receiver make a play as a receiver to catch the ball. I mean, not every play. So,
like we saw with Aaron Rodgers. Like he has his favorites, guys that showed up. That he knows when he throws the ball, they're going to catch it. So if you're Cam Ward, are you saying, okay, Hail Manor made a big play for me? Do you think in his head, he's like, all right, I'm going to go away from some of these guys and maybe target him more predominantly?
I think that he's already made a decision that Elikai Manor is his guy. Calvin Ridley is the number 2 option, it seems like, on a week-to-week basis. They gave him the most targets week 1. Week 2, it was a clear, okay, Elikai Manor is a physical